Hey everyone, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm going to be doing the Shadow Work Tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Please keep in mind it is a general reading and it's also timeless. So this could be in relation to events that have already taken place in the past, things that are currently playing out in your environment, or things that may come up in the near future. It's also important to note that you can watch this from your Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus placements. There will also be an extended at the end if you're interested in diving deeper. Now when it comes to the spread, I'll be pulling one card from each of the 3 oracle decks I have here. So we'll get the first card from the Dark Mirror deck, one from the Moonology and one from the Angelarium. We'll then get some tarot messages using the Tarot de la Nuit deck. Okay, so let's begin. So while I shuffle your cards, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, subscribing, and even sharing my videos. Too many. It means a lot to have your continued support, so thank you so much for being part of this community. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell so you're informed of when your next set of readings goes up on the channel. Also, don't forget I am now streaming on Twitch, so do follow me over there to be a part of the live discussions and live tarot readings. If you'd like a personal reading, you can find the information in the description box below. Alright, Sag, you got 2 cards here, pretty heavy energies. So you have Parasite, right? And you also have Atonement. So I feel like, Sag, there was a situation where I feel like there was a back and forth energy with you and another person. I feel also that you were playing off of each other's fears. You were feeding off of each other's fears, unconsciously or consciously. More so unconsciously, I feel. Because you were both harboring a lot of pain. I associate this card with like 10 of Swords energy. But the interesting thing about it is that even though you were triggering each other's fears and you were feeding off each other energetically in order to feel something other than this pain, this is being alchemized. Because this is being brought into your awareness as well. And it's like, on the shadow aspect, it seems very toxic. But then in its ascendant form, it's like you're both triggering a lot of healing. Because this is like the energy of coming to completion. This is like understanding that if I want to break this cycle, sometimes I have to just pay my karmic debt in full. Even if it feels unfair. Even if it feels like I am taking more of the load than I ought to be, just to break free from this, right? And I feel like that's an energy that's being reciprocated. There's mirroring, I feel that. And remember, I do read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting. So this is very interesting already. Not a message I was expecting, but let's keep going. But I really felt that as soon as I saw those cards, that there is a mirroring where there was this back and forth. You were both in this energy, both triggering each other's fears, because I feel like this is a connection, right? And even though on the surface it seems very karmic, in the reality it's something very different altogether. So let's keep going. So Spirit, what is it that Sagittarius needs to know? What can help Sagittarius at this time? What is it that Sagittarius needs to know with regards to this situation and whatever this connection is? You see? So you have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. And I feel like that's exactly what this connection does. And this doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be a friendship, can be a dynamic with a family member. But whoever this is, I feel like it does push you outside your comfort zone. It challenges you. It forces you to look at things with a different perspective. It forces you to address those wounds, right? It forces you to also take stock of the things that you do, right? Certain habits that you have, certain tendencies that you lean towards in order to avoid pain, right? Because that's not the point. The point is to heal. And I feel like it's kind of forcing you out of your comfort zone so that you do that healing. Interesting. This is very interesting already. I know I keep saying that, but it's an unusual reading, but I do like it. Okay, let me just move this so I can get a bit more space over here. Seeing as you did get 2 cards. You had a whole bunch of cards wanting to come out, Sag, but I was like, we don't have time for that. Okay. So let's go to the Angelarium. See what the angels wants to communicate. What else is it that Sagittarius needs to be made aware of with regards to whatever the situation is? Interesting. So you have Angel of Time. Okay. So this is it. This can be something related. I feel like it reflects things about your past, where you're currently at, and where you want to move in the near future, right? I feel, yeah, I feel like this is an entanglement, right? This is an entanglement, and it's a necessary one, because it's forcing you to go back in time and address those wounds. It's forcing you to look at where you're at in the present and where you are perhaps self-sabotaging, where you're perhaps avoiding looking at things that require your attention. So things are being triggered, and I feel like this is the same for both of you, whoever you're connected with, right? And I feel like it's also forcing you to look at any feelings you may have where you felt you were the victim, where you felt guilt, where you felt ashamed, where you felt betrayed, right? So that you can see how to really heal yourself, how to truly break free of those traumas that you carry, right? And if it's not trauma, then it's certainly deep wounds still. We can see that here. And I feel like you're willing to just feel it all now. You're getting to a point where you're willing to embrace it all of the pain, all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, so you can finally truly begin the healing process on a more profound level and essentially break a karmic cycle here. So let's go over to Rem's signs now, in case they come up in your environment. Because I don't remember them off the top of my head, there's far too many. Okay, so the signs for Rem's energy is a clock, a torch, a wave. Okay, a clock, a torch, a wave. So any of those signs could be prominent in your environment. If you feel a certain energy with that, pay close attention, as there may be a special message from the universe that's being relayed. But I really get the strong sense, especially with Rem's energy, with the North Node and this. Like, it's like I was saying in the beginning, I feel like even though on the surface it seems karmic and that you're triggering each other's wounds and pains, it's so you can free yourselves from it. So you can free yourselves from your past, even past life experiences. This is someone significant, okay? This is a soul level connection. This is someone that's helping you to guide yourself back to your true north, to get out of your comfort zone, out of your own way, and go full steam ahead towards the healing process. I feel like this could be a divine counterpart as well. especially with that Renf energy, that's all about dreams, that's all about soul connection, right? It's very deep and profound energy. It is like, no matter how much you may feel separated in physical space and time, you'll always have this pull towards each other. Because you are connected on a soul level. It's really beautiful, actually, when you can see it from a clear perspective. But right now, obviously, yes, this energy needs to be addressed here. So let's go into the tarot messages now. I was getting a lot just from the oracle cards. It was very profound. I almost get like a Romeo and Juliet vibe from this. I'm not surprised that the Lovers card came out, because I was really just thinking about this as well. I was quiet for a moment. It's like almost like a Romeo and Juliet vibe from this. There's so much love and passion and desire here, but also so much pain and longing as well. I really feel that. But it's time to heal, right? And I feel like that's the point. That's what you're being triggered to do right now. To begin this very deep healing process. So let's go into the tarot messages now. Hopefully I can pick up the cards without knocking everything over. They're very slippery. So the first card out is the Eight of Wands. Fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is very quick movement. This is decisive action. This is decisive communication. This is passionate communication as well. Again, I get a sense of longing. Like, even if you're in physical separation, or even if you're both trying to heal from your own wounds, your own traumas, or, you know, disputes, conflicts that took place within the connection, I feel like there's still a deep and profound longing for each other. I feel like you're still energetically reaching out in the astral, because ultimately you want to be together. However, a choice does have to be made here with the Lovers. This is an ultimatum. It's like, how much do you really want this? How far are you willing to go to heal yourselves and the connection? How far are you willing to go to bring things into balance, into true harmony, and to find real inner peace within yourselves, to exercise more self-love and therefore more love into the relationship or into the connection? Because for a lot of you, this is like a soul level connection, but I feel like it is very romantic. Like I said, I get Romeo and Juliet vibes. So, but ultimately you do have to make a choice here, you both do. I feel like it's like final decision time, you know, especially with Judgment directly and underneath this. It's like a final decision has to be made. It's time. It's time to come to a conclusion. So you really need to carefully consider this, because, yeah, everything's about to change. Next card out is the Knight of Wands. So fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. A lot of passion. Like I said, I feel there's a lot of desire and longing and passion in this connection. And I feel like that's what gives you both hope, that things can turn around, that things can change, that you both can have a better future, okay, despite whatever you faced in your past, you know, growing up, as adults, and even in this connection. So I feel like you both want to go full steam ahead towards each other, towards this connection, despite, you know, the pain, the challenges, the disagreements, the fights, the trauma you have. You still want this. And I don't feel like it's trauma that you experienced from the connection, although that's possible if you've had, you know, a very big falling out or things were said in the heat of the moment that weren't meant. But I don't feel like either of you intentionally inflicted any pain on each other. I feel like you both carry some deep wounds from your past before this connection, but it played out in the connection. But you still can't help but want to be together. Because there is an element of destiny here. There's an element of feeling like you are each other's destiny, especially because you have the Three of Cups. And this deck, this is all about the fantasy, the imagination, the dream world, the dreamscape, okay? You know, finding a sense of community, belonging, happiness, you know, bliss, simple pleasures, right? And like I said, there is a lot of passion and desire in this connection. But I do feel like there is love here as well. Alright, we don't see any cups here yet, but I do feel that there is love here. Well, actually, these are the cups. 3 cups. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So there is love here. And there's a desire to bring balance and harmony and love into the situation, to really bring things to a much better place. The next card is the Judgment. And you can see this, right? You can cross the threshold in this connection. If you choose it, if you both will it, and you both are willing to put the work in to yourselves and the connection, you can make it. You can go the distance and move towards a very beautiful, loving, abundant future together. You can have it all together if you're both willing to put the work in. Although for that to happen, it does mean addressing this, the 5 of Swords, where there may be manipulation, there may be mind games, there may be one-upping, you know, backstabbing or self-sabotaging, sabotaging the connection because of fear, because of what you experienced in the past, because you feel that this person isn't loving you enough or isn't demonstrating enough love in the connection or isn't willing to fight for the connection. All of that needs to go. Okay? This energy needs to go. If you want this to reach that sort of 10 of Cups energy, that blissful, happy ever after, this needs to be confronted first. And that does mean potentially having some very uncomfortable conversations about what took place in the connection. But ultimately, it all comes down to choices, Sagittarius. And it does require a certain level of transparency, vulnerability, okay, in order to clear this energy out and move towards the 3 of Cups, okay. And of course the Judgment. So, we're going to go into the extended now. So what I'm going to look at is each message in more detail, so we'll see what exactly is coming up in this connection that could be causing this 5 of Swords energy, how you can release it. We'll also look at what this dream is when it comes to this person and how things are likely to unfold. So if you're interested in diving deeper, then you can access the extended in 2 ways, either by clicking the link in the description box below. That'll take you to it. Or you can join the Inner Sanctum here on YouTube, where you'll have access not only to this shadow work reading, but all 12 signs shadow work readings, so you can cross-watch and you can get a deeper insight by looking at your other placements as well. So if you would like to join and also get access to other perks on top of those readings, then do check out the join button below. Otherwise, if this is where we leave your reading, I just want to say thank you so much for taking this journey with me. I hope this helped. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and don't forget the notifications bell. And yeah, ultimately, I do see that you both want to pursue this, but the question is, are you willing to have that hard conversation? I don't mean hard as in, talking harshly, but just talking about things that perhaps you've not been wanting to address, so that you can clear things up and see how you can progress forward, or at least find some kind of resolution. So I hope this helps, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.